Hey boys and girls, this week we will be working on telling time. Before we get started on our workbook pages, I want to review a few things with you that we've already learned probably this year in our classrooms. But there are two kinds of clocks. If I look at the clock on my cell phone, it is a digital clock, okay? So we're just using numbers to tell time. But if I have a clock like this, and many of us have in our home or in our classroom, this is an analog clock. We use the hour hand, which is the shorter hand, and the minute hand, which is the longer hand here on the clock to tell time. Okay, so as I just said, the hour hand is going to be the shorter hand, okay, that you see on the clock. So here on my clock, I have 5 o'clock. Remember, when the minute hand is on the 12, we say o'clock, okay? All right, and also there are 60 seconds in 1 minute, okay? So if I had a second hand on here, it would take 60 times for that to go around before my minute hand would move 1 minute, okay? But it also is 60 minutes in 1 hour. So my minute hand has to move 60 times, okay, for my hour hand to move to the next hour. So here it would be 6 o'clock, okay? So those are just a few reminders as we work on telling time this week, okay? All right, if you're on page 224 in your math instruction book, it wants us to show some different times, okay? So the first one, it's telling us to show 4 o'clock. All right, so I'm going to do that here on our analog clock that we have. And it should look like this. So our hour hand is on the 4 and our minute hand is on the 12. It would be 4 o'clock, okay? So on your paper, they already have the minute hand on there. It's already on the 12, okay? So you're going to take your pencil or your marker and you are going to draw in the hour hand. And let's remember that the hour hand is shorter, okay, than the minute hand. So when you draw this on your paper, you're going to want your hour hand to be shorter than the minute hand, okay? So I'm going to draw mine in. All right, so it would be 4 o'clock. All right, the next one, going across, it tells us to show 7 o'clock. So I'm going to show 7 o'clock on our analog clock here. And our hour hand is on the 7. Our minute hand is on the 12. It's 7 o'clock. So on your paper, we're going to draw in our hour hand. And again, I'm going to remind you that hour hand is shorter than the minute hand, okay? So it is 7 o'clock. All right, the next one tells us to show 10 o'clock. All right, so on the clock, we're going to show 10 o'clock. Our hour hand is on the 10. Our minute hand is on the 12, and it is 10 o'clock. So on your paper, go ahead and draw that in to show 10 o'clock. All right, and the last one, it says to show 2 o'clock. So I'm going to show 2 o'clock here. All right, notice our hour hand is on the 2. Our minute hand is on the 12. That is 2 o'clock. So we're going to draw that on our paper. All right, great job. So all of those were 2 o'clock, all right? Our minute hand is directly up on the 12, okay? But I'm going to review with you if it's half past the hour or 30 minutes after the hour, our minute hand is going to go around to the 6. Notice here on my clock, it'll automatically tell you 30. We count by 5s when we're counting by minutes. All right? But notice what my hour hand is doing. It's not directly on the 2 anymore. It's in between the 2 and the 3. So it's half past 2, but it's not yet 3 o'clock, okay? But watch that hour hand as my minute hand comes on back around to the 12. See, now my hour hand is directly on the 3, okay? So if I wanted it to be 3:30, that minute hand is going on around here to the 6, and now it would be 3:30 or half past 3, okay? You can say it either way. It doesn't matter, okay? All right, and to complete our other workbook page for this week, on page 225, this is lesson 34 on telling time still. It's just wanting us to try using the clock to practice making different times, okay? So it has a blank hour hand and blank minute hand. You're going to be able to put the time you want to put, okay? And then you're going to tell me it is blank o'clock. So whatever you want to show on there, you draw it in, the hour hand and the minute hand, and then you write the time, okay? So let's just go back around here. And let's do 4 o'clock, okay? So notice my hour hand is on the 4. My minute hand is on the 12. It is 4 o'clock. So I could draw that on my workbook page, okay? So I'm going to do the hour hand first, and we set on the 4. Notice our hour hand is shorter, okay? And then our minute hand will go longer, and it is on the 12. So it would be 4 o'clock. Right down here, I'm going to put 4, and they already have o'clock for me. Okay, hope you have a great week. If you need any help this week, reach out to your teachers and practice telling time.